All right, family. We live once again with the general. You already know we got that fire analysis, commentary, dialogue on international, national, historical. We got it all, family. Spirituality, we talk about it all over here. If it's affecting black people, we got our hands on it. You feel what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all being here today. Before we get started, make sure you get over there to Patreon. Over 600 exclusive live streams for you on all topics: history, culture, occult, politics, whatever is affecting our people in the known universe. We touch on it. You feel what I'm saying? Get over there, become a member, click the link in the chat. Today we're gonna be talking about the U.S. and Indonesia boost military ties amid China threat. China really trying to bully them countries over there. We're gonna get back into this. Yeah, we're gonna break free. We're gonna break free for a minute so you can get an understanding. Them people they want you trapped in over there on the horror move. Horror moves is taking that's gonna collapse. That they done made about, United States done made probably, $100 billion off of you know, $100 billion off of the blockade and Iran and them over there. So they done made them 100 billion. No audio. Can y'all hear me out there? Chemistry, can you hear me, good brother? Drop a line in there. I'm good. Real CEO J, man, what's going on with you? You need to turn your stuff on, or is you trolling, man? Because if you trolling, I'm gonna get you on up out of there. You're gonna have to turn your stuff up, CEO J. Okay. Okay. Turn your stuff up, C. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I want to make sure. Okay. But let's get in here, family. Let me get on my screen, man. I need to be able to see. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. We're in the house. We about to drop. We about to drop. Yep. All right, here we go. Yeah, Indonesia, they've been having a little, but for a minute I thought Indonesia was messing with China, but obviously China want to bully all them nations over and have been a big bully over there for a while. Japan whooped China at one point in time, but China has been a bully over. They try to bully India when they can get a chance. They try to bully India when they can get a chance. That's why, a lot of them nations over there, they look to the United States. People say what they want, but shit, they pay. They be asking the United States to come in over there to keep them goddamn bullying ass Chinese up off their back. They be over there trying to punk them out of their water rights and shit and all of that. And so, the United States come over there, put some bases on there, and they most definitely done militarized the Philippines, man. They didn't sign all type of military deals with the Philippines. And man, they got about I don't know how many bases over there, but they got a lot of bases in the Philippines. That's for sure. Now, my understanding that they not really gonna have a base, not yet, but I don't see how they gonna I don't know where they gonna be taking off from over there, but they is literally, man, gonna have 100% access to the the airwaves. You feel me? They're gonna have 100% access to, fly their planes over there. Then they're gonna train the Indonesian Air Force and on the ground. So they not just over there playing no motherfucking game. They over there training. They training them, over there in the Philippines. They training them. Yeah, most definitely. They got, man. Listen, they got about 20 bases in the damn Philippines. They got, so that's gonna be, they're gonna try to put some naval, some naval hubs over there. So you already got Japan. You already got Japan right up there. You can see it's right to the all the way at the top to the right, which is the green. That's Japan. And then you got South Korea above that. You see what I'm saying? Or was yeah, you got South Korea. That map is kind of awkward. That might be South Korea right next to it. But I don't think that's not a good map. I don't believe that's I think maybe they put it on there just so that that's South Korea. But you got Japan and South Korea up there. And so you got about 50,000 soldiers on each. You know what I'm saying? It's about 50,000 in South Korea and about damn that many in Japan. So you got about 100,000 damn soldiers over there right there. Then you got the Philippines and you got Indonesia, and so it's hard, that kind of firepower on your ass. You could start some shit, but you got some technology that could cripple your ass. So I don't know what kind of motherfucking, what kind of fight you would try to get into with that many people locked and loaded around you like that. And that ain't even talk. That's just what they call that's the first island chain, but then you got the second island chain. You got like Guam and you got what is it, the Solomon Islands and all that type of shit where the United States got other islands back there, man, that they're gonna be, militarizing to a certain extent, and so that's very key. Now I don't know about Cambodia. I ain't never heard of, Cambodia or nothing like that, but that particular because you ain't coming through there. You ain't even coming through there because you ain't even coming down there because you got the Philippines right there. Then you got Indonesia at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And so you ain't even coming down that way. You might as well stay up there and then look, you ain't going. I mean, so really, I mean, you could try to scoot your ass up under Japan and get out of there, but they gonna militarize that. So man, they didn't lock their ass in there, man. They didn't. It's almost like they didn't lock China in there. Nah, you know what? And they can build all the ships they want to. You got to understand that majority of China's major cities. The majority. Yeah, we live, family. We live. Last God King, we in the house, family. Yeah. We talking about the majority of China's major cities is right there on the eastern seaboard. Man, man, do you know what type of damage could be done? Nah, of course, ain't nobody probably gonna attack China because that would be nuclear annihilation. So we ain't saying, but on what you call a conventional war, without nuclear weapons, they're gonna have problems, man, because you learning a lot today with Iran and the Strait of Hormuz how to fight something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is, when you dropping them mines, though, see, the thing is, you can mine that shit out there. But see, the thing is, when you mine it, you supposed to map it. You supposed to map them mines. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is, with a third rate military, you know what I'm saying, like I or Navy at the minimum, they just drop the shit down in there and they don't even know where the hell they put the motherfucker, which is ridiculous and shit. But long as you map where you put them, man, and you got some shit, you could shut that shit down. You know what I'm saying? You could shut that shit. You can make it very. I'm quite sure that's what gonna happen. And plus you got your ships, and they know where they at. You know what I'm saying? But the next motherfucker don't know where they at. So I mean, once you locked and loaded, and you put them mines down there, man, that's like I don't see them. I just don't see no win for China, man. I just don't see no win. I just don't see no win. And you already know, yeah, they probably could take Taiwan, but they'll probably pay a heavy cost to try to get it. Now, is the rest of them nations gonna let that happen? And that's key. Is South Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Indonesia, and United States, they saying they're gonna come to the aid of Taiwan. And if they do, uh, it's gonna be. I don't see them winning on that. And see, that's crazy because you got this so-called alliance or NATO and shit, which ain't worth two dead flies, man. Fuck NATO. They need to get on up out of that shit. That one Spanish president over there, somebody need to slap him in his mouth. He's so weak and pathetic over there crying to China and shit, talking. Yeah, all the ones that got pumped by the United States crying to China. NATO is so whack. You know what I'm saying? They need to they need to let them motherfucker hold their own. And they'll wish the day that they had, pay homage when it was available for their ass to do so. But them times is gonna pass on their ass. But just showing y'all a whole nother area, and it's going down over there. We're gonna talk about the war games that's going on over there off the coast of Philippines, with the United States, Japan, the Philippines, they ain't playing no game. China upset about it, but shit, they had their own. But I guess, I mean, the Philippines, that's their land. They can do what the fuck. Indonesia, Japan, that's their shit. So if they want to have some war games over there, they can have some goddamn. You say, my niece is in Guam. Okay. Yeah, yeah, they about to showing up militarize Guam too. They're gonna militarize Guam too, because Guam is like a key area for them like probably them B2s. You know what I'm saying? Them B2s and them B-52 bombers, and when they get ready to lift off from over there, and shit, and open up the bottom of that motherfucker and start raining the Moabs out on their ass, they gonna have problems. But anyway, family, we'll be back. This is another sector of the world we most definitely gonna be focusing in because it's volatile. Anybody that's really know hit geography, politics, international politics, if you not focused in on this area right now, then you a lame in the game, straight up. Anyway, family, we'll be right back. And stay tuned. Get over there to Patreon and get some of that fire. Support the general, and I'll be right back. Boom. Black Power.